This is a test.
This is a test. What do you know about language arts, math, science, and social studies? Find out while playing along with Knowledge for College, where teams from competing UISD schools spin the wheel of knowledge and answer questions from a world of subject categories. It's a mind challenge for students and a chance to win for their school. But most of all, it's a really fun way to learn. Now, let's play Knowledge for College.
Hi and welcome. You're watching Knowledge for College, a game of knowledge and learning featuring some of our best and brightest students here at UISD. And today we have students with us from Perez Elementary, and we also have students from Roosevelt Elementary. Now, before we meet our students, I'd like to take some time to introduce our special guest host today, and that's Ms. Teresa Ramirez, Miss Laredo, Texas for 2016. Terry, thank you for joining us.
Well, thank you for having me.
And if you could just kind of explain to our students just what are some of your duties and obligations as Miss Laredo this year?
I basically go around Laredo and I do different events to help my community and help kids, adults, anyone that really needs something positive within their lives.
All right, very good. Let's turn our attention now to our students. Representing Perez Elementary, we have Henry and Aldo. And Henry, can you just tell me a little bit about yourself?
I like reading, football, and my favorite subject in school is math.
Good. And what kind of books or what kind of things do you like to read?
Percy Jackson and Harry Potter.
All right, excellent. And Aldo, what about you? What can you tell me about yourself?
I like playing baseball. I like reading, and my favorite subject in school is science.
Science, very good. And representing Roosevelt Elementary, we have Brian and Emilio. And Brian, can you tell me a little bit about yourself?
My favorite hobby is drawing, and my favorite subject is science.
All right, excellent. And what about you, Emilio?
My favorite subject is reading, and my favorite hobby is playing basketball.
All right, very good. Okay, students, before we begin play, let me just go over the rules very briefly. Each team takes turns spinning the wheel that you see behind you. We have questions in language arts, social studies, math, and science. And of course, those questions are worth 5 points if you can answer correctly. The category in red, the wild turn category, those questions can come from any subject area. And of course, they're designed to be a little more difficult, a little bit more challenging. So those questions are actually worth 10 points if you can answer correctly. And of course, all our questions do have a 1-minute time limit. And once your time is up, you'll hear a little bell. And of course, when you hear that bell, you'll have to give me your question then and there. And of course, in order to earn the points, you do have to answer the question correctly. Otherwise, the other team, the opposing team, gets a chance to answer that question and possibly earn the points. So we had a little coin toss earlier today, and Roosevelt Elementary won the coin toss. So Brian or Emilio, will one of you boys go ahead and spin that wheel for us, please? And the game gets underway with our first spin of the day, and of course our first question will be coming from the math subject area. So Terry, if you can hand me one of those math questions. I'm going to hand a copy to our students, and then you can read the question and the choices that are there. And again, this is worth 5 points, students, if you can answer correctly. And go ahead.
Christina ran a combined distance of 4 3/4 miles on Monday, and Tuesday she ran 2.5 miles on Monday. How many miles did she run on Tuesday? A, 2.5 miles, B, 3 1/4, C, 2 1/4, or D, 7 1/4.
And again, this is a math question for our students from Roosevelt Elementary. They can earn up to 5 points by answering correctly. And as our students work the problem, I guess we can go ahead and repeat the question to them one more time. Okay. And of course, our students do have 1 full minute to answer.
Christina ran a combined distance of 4 3/4 miles on Monday and Tuesday. She ran 2.5 miles on Monday. How many miles did she run on Tuesday? 2.5 miles, 3 1/4 miles, 2 1/4 miles, or 7 1/4 miles.
And again, students, whenever you're ready, just go ahead and let us know your answer. Of course, we have 4 choices here for our students. And of course, Those pesky fraction problems are always kind of difficult at this age. But did you have a favorite subject in school?
I always loved English and reading.
All right. Very good, Roosevelt. What's your answer, please?
C.
You can go ahead and share
Correct.
that.
C is 2 1/4 miles.
All right, very good.
Good job.
Good job, Roosevelt. You earned the 5 points. Perez Elementary, it's your turn, so one of you spin that wheel for us. Go ahead. And this time we're going to wind up with a language arts question, so that'll be that box labeled art. And again, this question's worth 5 points to our students if they can answer correctly. There you go, Perez and Roosevelt.
A sentence that shows emotion or feeling is called A, an imperative sentence, B, a declarative sentence, C, an interrogative sentence, or D, an exclamatory sentence.
And students, whenever you're ready to answer, you can go ahead and answer. You just discuss it with your partner.
D.
Correct.
All right. Very good, Perez Elementary. You earned the 5 points. And Roosevelt, it's your turn at the wheel again. So Brian or Emilio, will one of you spin that wheel for us, please? And Roosevelt Elementary spin will land in the science subject area. Of course,
They sound so excited about science.
yeah, it's their favorite subject. All right, guys. And again, students, this will be worth 5 points if you can answer correctly.
Okay. What is the difference between producers and consumers? A, consumers get energy from other organisms and producers get energy directly from the sun. B, consumers eat animals and producers eat plants. C, consumers are predators and producers are prey. D, consumers are broken down by decomposers and producers are broken down by sunlight.
A.
Correct.
All right. Good job, Roosevelt Elementary. You earned the 5 points. And Perez Elementary, Aldo or Henry, will one of you spin that wheel for us, please? And as the wheel goes round and round, we'll find out eventually where our students will have to answer, what kind of a question our students will have to answer. And this is a language arts question for our students from Perez Elementary. And again, students, it's worth 5 points if you can answer correctly.
Who were all the king's horses and his men unable to put together again? Humpty Dumpty, a knight, the princess, or the queen? Again, who were all the king's horses and his men unable to put together? A, Humpty Dumpty, B, a knight, C, the princess, or D, the queen?
And whenever you're ready, students, just let us know your answer.
A.
Correct.
All right.
Good job.
Good job, Perez Elementary. You earned the 5 points. And Roosevelt Elementary, it's your turn once again. So Brian or Emilio, will one of you spin that wheel for us, please? And of course, the wheel goes round at least once. And of course, we'll see where it lands. It looks like our students have another math question. So, and again, students, it's worth 5 points to you if you can answer correctly. Your copy.
Sarah bought an amusement park ticket for $24.95, a lunch pass for $8.50, a stuffed animal for $11.45, and a cap for $13.65. How much money did Sarah spend on these 3 items? A, $58.55, B, $58.45, C, $55.90, or D, $44.90.
And again, this math question is for our students from Roosevelt Elementary. And by answering correctly, they can earn 5 points. Otherwise, our students from Perez Elementary can possibly answer the question and possibly earn the points if they answer correctly. So, of course, that's why you see both teams working on the problem. And of course, they have up to a minute to answer. And whenever you're ready, boys, just let us know your answer. And while our boys are at work, what do you think of our show so far?
I'm having lots of fun. They're so adorable, going hard on what they're trying to get their answers, and it reminds me of back when I was in elementary learning, but I took the tax test. I didn't take the STAR.
All right. And Roosevelt, whenever you're ready, you can go ahead and let us know your answer.
Our answer is A.
Correct.
All right. $58.55. Very good, Roosevelt Elementary. And Perez Elementary, your turn once again. So go ahead and spin that wheel for us, please. And as the wheel goes round and round, it will come to a rest eventually. And this time it's going to land in language arts.
It's a very popular one right now.
Another language arts questions for our students from Perez Elementary.
Okay.
All right, guys. And again, it's worth 5 points if you can answer correctly.
Okay. Which of the following is not an example of a proper noun? Florida, San Antonio Spurs, Abraham Lincoln, or dentist? Again, which of the following is not an example of a proper noun? Florida, San Antonio Spurs, Abraham Lincoln, or dentist?
And your choices are down there, students, so whenever you're ready.
A is Florida, B is dentist, C is San Antonio Spurs, and D is Abraham Lincoln.
B.
Correct, dentist.
All right. Very good, Perez Elementary. You earned the 5 points. And Roosevelt, it's your turn once again at the wheel. So go ahead and spin that wheel for us, Emilio. And as Emilio's spin goes round and round, it will land eventually in the wild turn subject area, or the wild turn area. And again, students, this can come from any subject area. This one's coming from the math subject area. And Ms. Ramirez will be reading it to you. You can earn 10 points if you answer correctly.
Alicia bought 10 dozens of donuts. She equally distributed these donuts to each of her 4 teachers. How many donuts did each teacher receive? A, 150, B, 21, C, 30, or D, 20?
And again, this wild turn questions for our students from Roosevelt. It comes from the math subject area. And are you boys ready? Go ahead. What's your
Our
answer?
answer is C.
Correct, 30.
So very good, Roosevelt Elementary. You earned the 10 points by answering that question correctly. And it's time now for a quick break. So let's go ahead and take one, and we'll be right back.
Studies show that parents who are actively involved in their children's education more than double their chances of graduating from high school and even going on to college. Make time to get to know your child's principal, teachers, and counselor. Volunteer and get involved in your child's school activities. Even the smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Invest in your child's future today.
United ISD and the Sheriff's Office is committed to keeping our community safe from distracted driving.
It's not worth it. Don't text and drive. It can wait.
Attention all United ISD high school students, you could win a new car and other great prizes just by going to school. The UISD Never Be Absent program is back this year, and it's bigger and better than ever. Just have perfect attendance during any 9-week period, and you'll be eligible to win a new 2017 Kia Soul, courtesy of Sames's Kia in the Classroom. You can be driving to school in style, but remember, never be absent.
We are educators.
We are innovators.
We are leaders.
We are college students.
We are artists.
We are athletes.
We cherish all students.
We are United ISD.
Hi and welcome back. You're watching Knowledge for College, a game of knowledge and learning featuring some of our best and brightest students here at UISD. And today we have students with us from Perez Elementary and students from Roosevelt Elementary. And my guest host today is, of course, Ms. Teresa Ramirez, Ms. Laredo, for 2016, correct?
Yes.
Very good. And Terry, you have a question for our students.
I do, and we already went over that question, but Henry, what do you want to be when you grow up? A scientist? And what would you want to do while you're a scientist? What would you want to discover?
Fossils.
Fossils. Okay. Aldo, what would you like to be when you grow up?
A paleontologist.
A paleontologist, and that's bones, correct?
Yes.
And you want to discover dinosaur bones?
Yes.
Okay, Brian, what would you like to be when you grow up?
I would like to be an animator/coder.
Wow, so you can draw anything, anywhere,
Yes.
correct? That's a gift. Okay, and Amelia, what would you like to be when you grow up?
A doctor.
And you would want to save lives and make sure everyone feels good about themselves, correct?
Yes.
And is it for kids, adults, or animals?
Both.
Both? Kids and adults? Good for you. Good job, boys.
All right, good job. Let's go ahead and resume play. Perez Elementary, it's your turn at the wheel. So Henry or Aldo, will one of you spin that wheel for us, please? And this spin is going to land in the science subject area. And again, students, this will be worth 5 points to you if you can answer correctly.
I'll give you 2.
Just put that one back. And that'll be your copy, and that'll be your copy.
Okay. Which organisms release oxygen into the air as part of the carbon dioxide oxygen cycle? Is it A, consumers, B, producers, C, decomposers, or D, predators?
B.
Correct. Producers.
All right. So good job, Perez Elementary. You earned the 5 points. And Roosevelt Elementary, it's your turn once again. So Brian or Emilio, will one of you spin that wheel for us, please? And as the wheel goes round and round, it will come to a rest, landing once again in the wild turns area for Roosevelt Elementary. And Roosevelt, let's see what kind of a question you have to answer. This is coming from the language arts subject area. And again, this is your copy and your copy, and you can earn up to 10 points by answering correctly.
What term originally meaning storehouse referred and still refers to as a periodical or various content and imaginative writing? Booklet, newspaper, novel, or magazine?
And again, this is the language arts area or subject area question for our students. It's a wild turn question, so it's designed to be a little bit more difficult.
I would not know if I didn't know the question right now.
Right.
If I didn't know the answer.
So a term originally meaning storehouse referred and still refers to a periodical of various content and imaginative writing. And of course, students, whenever you're ready, just give us your answer. I'm sorry, that's incorrect. Perez Elementary, you have a chance to earn 10 points here. What's your answer, please?
Correct. Magazine.
All right. So good job, Perez Elementary. You earned the 10 points. And also, it's your turn at the wheel. So Aldo or Henry, will one of you spin for us, please? And as this wheel goes round and round, it will come to a rest eventually. And this time it looks like our students have another language arts question to answer.
What happens when they're all gone? All these language arts questions.
We'll get some more, don't worry. We have plenty in the back. So, and again, students, this one's worth 5 points if you can answer correctly. And that's your copy.
Okay. What part of the speech is the underlined portion of this sentence? Brandon plays basketball at Trotman Park with his cousin. And the term that is underlined is Trotman Park. Is it A, a proper noun, B, a common noun, C, a person, or D, a thing?
A.
Correct.
All right.
Proper noun.
So good job, Perez Elementary. You earned the 5 points. And Roosevelt, it's your turn at the wheel once again. So Brian or Emilio, go ahead and spin that wheel for us, and we'll see if you wind up with another wild turn or not. And maybe they will. How about that? You got the magic touch today. Okay, students, this one's coming from the science subject area. And again, students, this one's worth 10 points if you can answer correctly.
Okay. Deborah wants to answer the following question. Does salt water freeze at a different temperature than fresh water? She designs an experiment to answer her question. She plans to use a small pan of fresh water and a medium pan of salt water in her experiment. What change should Deborah make before conducting her experiment? A. Should she use only salt water in this experiment? B. Should she increase the size of the pan with the salt water? C. Should she use the same amount of fresh water and salt water? Or D. Should she use 2 pans of fresh water and 1 pan of salt water?
And again, students, whenever you're ready, you can give us your answer.
C.
Correct. She should use the same amount of fresh water and salt water.
So good job, Roosevelt Elementary. You earned the 10 points by answering that wild turn question. Perez Elementary, your turn once again, so go ahead and spin that wheel for us, please.
That was a good spin.
Very good spin. Very vigorous spin, and it will, of course, come to rest eventually, and we'll find out where it lands momentarily. And of course, our students have a science question to answer. And again, students, this one's worth 5 points if you can answer correctly. Your copy and your copy.
What would most likely happen if all carbon dioxide were removed from the environment? A. The amount of sunlight that reaches the ground would decrease. B. Animals could not perform precipitation. C. The amount of water in the soil would increase. Or D. Plants could not perform photosynthesis.
And this question is for our students from Perez Elementary. It's a science question worth 5 points if they can answer correctly. And as our students work on the problem, they can give us their answer as soon as they're ready. And of course, by answering correctly, they earned the 5 points. Otherwise, our students from Roosevelt Elementary get a chance to possibly earn those points. So whenever you're ready, students.
D. Correct. Plants cannot perform photosynthesis.
So good job, Perez Elementary. And you earned the 5 points. Roosevelt Elementary, your turn once again. So Emilio or Brian, will one of you spin that wheel for us, please? And we'll see if Emilio has the magic touch today. Doesn't look like it. We have a social studies question.
I think this is our first one.
Yes, I do believe you're right. And again, students, this one's worth 5 points if you can answer correctly. Your copy and your copy.
Blank is the study of the production, distribution, and consumption of goods and services. Is it A. Political science, B. Civics, C. Economics, or D. Psychology?
And again, this social studies question is for our students from Roosevelt Elementary, and by answering correctly, they can earn up to 5 points.
C.
Correct. Economics.
So, good job, Roosevelt Elementary. You answered correctly, and Perez Elementary, your turn once again. So, go ahead and spin that wheel for us, please. And another vigorous spin from our boys from Perez Elementary, and we'll find out momentarily where it will land. And it looks like we have another social studies question. And again, of course, our students can earn 5 points by answering correctly. And this will be your copy and your copy.
The faces of 4 presidents carved into a mountain in South Dakota is A. Mount Rushmore, B. Mount Washington, C. the Statue of Liberty, or D. the 4 Presidents' Corner.
A.
Correct. Mount Rushmore.
All right. Very good. Time now for a quick break. So let's go ahead and take one, and we'll be right back after these messages.
United ISD now has a virtual crime watch program that makes it easy to report a crime anonymously.
Just download the free UWatch app from the iTunes Store. This app allows citizens to report a crime or send a tip anonymously.
You can even attach video, photos, audio, or any other information to your tip.
With UWatch, the power to report and prevent crime can now be found in the palm of your hand.
We know where the location is at. We're going to go take care of it right now.
Help keep our schools and communities safe.
United ISD high school students, it's time to rally and ace this school year because you could win a new car just by going to class. That's right, the Sames is Kia in the Classroom program is back. All you have to do is have perfect attendance during any 9-week period, and your name will be entered into the UISD Grand Prize drawing to win a new car. Go to school because you could be just one match point away from winning a new 2017 Kia Soul.
This school year, let's keep Laredo's children safe by following these important safety tips when driving through school zones. Slow down to 20 miles per hour and be extremely careful when driving near schools. State law prohibits the use of cell phones in school zones. If you see a school bus with flashing lights, remember to stop until the bus resumes motion. Failure to heed these warnings could result in fines or jail time. By staying alert and observing all traffic laws, we can keep our kids safe.
What does it take to be a champion? Desire, dedication, determination, discipline.
And the will to win.
Success in life is not luck.
It's hard work and dedication.
Never lose sight of your dreams. Be a champion.
Hi and welcome back. You've been watching Knowledge for College, a game of knowledge and learning, featuring some of our best and brightest students here at United ISD. And of course, we'd like to thank our students for joining us here today. We had students from Perez Elementary, and we also had students from Roosevelt Elementary. We want to thank them for doing such a good job and being such good sports. And of course, I'd like to thank our special guest host today, Teresa Ramirez, Miss Laredo.
Thank you.
And Terry, what did you think of our show today?
I loved it. It's so much fun and brought me back to being an elementary school kid and answering questions on the spot and being able to get the right answer and get a gold star on my head or something good. So it was really exciting, and I'm really proud of all of these boys. They did an amazing job.
Yes, they did. They're a very smart group of students here. And of course, before we leave, we'd like to thank some of the sponsors who provide prizes for our students. Of course, I'm talking about McDonald's of Laredo, CC's Pizza, Chuck E. Cheese's, and of course, some of the other businesses as well, Laredo Federal Credit Union for providing our tote bags. And with that, we want to remind our viewers that you can watch Knowledge for College or UISD Student News on this channel, Public Access, and all the other local stations here in town. So with that, let's go ahead and say goodbye, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.